Today, I'm going to be teaching you how to build this epic and easy survival house for your Minecraft world. Make sure to stick through the entire video so you can get the easy blueprints for this house to copy and paste into any of your worlds. Now let's get going. Now the first thing you want to do when starting any sort of building project is to find a location that's suitable for the build you're about to create. For me, I chose these grassy plains right here that are right by the swamp side and have a beautiful view of the sunset, so it really gives a very homey vibe, and it's just such a beautiful landscape to have this build sitting next to. Now once we have a location picked out, the next thing to do is to create a perimeter. We're in survival, so mobs are going to spawn, so I opted for some stripped oak logs with some cobblestone walls and some oak fences. Cheap materials, but when used together in this fashion, create a really polished feature. Now just like any other survival world, we're going to need to have a source of food. And today I opted to choose for a wheat farm that acts as the basement level of this house. I used waterlogged stone slabs as my irrigation, and I'm currently going around and tilling almost every grass block and turning it into nice, nutrient-rich soil. Now once the rest of the soil has been tilled, we can work on the foundation of this house. And in keeping theme with the video, I wanted this to be an easy build. However, I wanted it to appear as if it was more complex than what was really happening. So I started off with a circular template of a 13 block diameter. Circles in Minecraft have a tendency to appear more complex than they really are, and that helps this build give itself a little more edge when it comes to appearing advanced. Now you'll notice a few things. One, we have some birch stairs and birch planks as the entryway and the flooring, and this helps complement the stripped oak. Meanwhile, I'm also adding in pillars of dark oak, and that's to help contrast the build to, again, give it a little more pop and make it really stand out to the eyes. The next thing I'm really dialing in on is the shape of the actual walls themselves. You're going to notice it's in some sort of a plus shape or a small lowercase t. The reason for that is simply to break up the geometry, where we have the circular base and then we have the orthogonal plus sign. This is going to serve as our first functional survival room. This is going to be the storage and utility area where we can go and store items, as well as work on our crafting skills, smelt items in the furnace, and maybe enchant some weapons on the anvil. So I'm not really sure what was going on here. I was struggling so hard trying to get that double chest on top to work and be cooperative. But eventually, after fumbling through my hotbar, I did it. Let me know down in the comment section if you've ever struggled as hard as I have right here when you're trying to make a build. My first gift to you, if you've made it this far in the video, is to go down into the description, and there will be a link where you can download the schematic for this exact house and put it copy and pasted inside your Minecraft world. Swinging back to the storage and utility room, you're going to see me adding an armor stand with some leather armor. This just adds a nice little touch of character to the build, as well as adding in this fully functional level 30 capable enchantment table. And while we're building, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so you can be notified when more epic builds like this go live. Now the first thing you're going to notice is we have 4 simple peaks made out of dark oak, and that is going to consist of the general structure and shape of our base. But you also see that we're mixing it up with some oak stairs as well to give it sort of that vanilla chocolate wafer appearance. Now that the roof has these 2 striped colors contrasting against each other, it makes it stand out in a much more significant manner to the rest of the landscape, while also not feeling too harsh and overpowered with all sorts of different colors. The 2 tones are very subtle and definitely allow for an easy transition on the eyes. If we swing around to our utility room, you're going to notice this lattice work of oak fences with a little lantern hanging on it to provide a little more light and aesthetic. And we're going to repeat this on all sides, but doing a little bit different for each one. For instance, this main entryway has these long struts that hang above. And then we're going to go ahead and light the entire area up with lanterns generously placed to allow no mobs to spawn. You're going to notice that we added a ladder to the central pillar, and this is how we are going to traverse our way up to the top floor, which will act as our bedroom with a beautiful 360-degree panoramic set of windows. This little addition that is kind of like a farmer's peak that you'd see in a lot of classical barn designs really provides a nice extra bit of character to this build and kind of breaks up the roof so it's not so smooth and even on the top. One of the things I tried to do originally was test out a fully chocolate themed peak here. Instead, I ended up continuing on with our theme of that wafer-like style with the oak and dark oak to create that vanilla chocolate blend. With that being said, don't be afraid to experiment. Experimentation is part of the process where you evolve, grow, learn things, and in my opinion have the most amount of fun. Now let me bring your attention down to the bottom of our house. I'm adding in some birch fences around the perimeter of our circular base to create a lattice work of what appears to be structural integrity. This will help make the build appear a little more sturdy, and that's going to be able to hold its own from Mother Nature. If you want to build the house that you see in the background there, make sure to click on the end screen element at the end of this video. Zooming into the top floor, we have our bedroom. It's a small yet humble abode, and it's going to suit everything we need when it comes to sleeping arrangements. We've got our red bed, our ender chest, a double chest, and our beautiful, beautiful sapling that we call Cassandra. This build is looking fantastic so far, but we're not done yet. We have a couple things to do. So first off, let's take a look at the perimeter. We're adding in some red and pink bushes to create a little more vegetation with the build. Make it seem like the earth is really meshing well with this earthly toned build. What is a survival house without food? You are absolutely right. It is nothing. So what I'm going to do is take seeds and plant them in every single piece of tilled soil within our plot. This carpet trick right here, where we dig a trench and fill it with carpets, is going to be the key to making sure mobs can't pathfind. And with that, that is the entire build, ladies and gentlemen. Give yourselves a great old pat on the back. Make sure to smash that subscribe button and hit the bell if you haven't already for more content just like this.